I ain't never made a call to Diddy. I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
He told me to take me shop. I looked at him like, what you just say?
Woo. This is a tight one. And the winner is Eminem, the Eminem Show.
Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he? Yep.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? I mean, look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. And shit like that is going on.
What's up, guys? You know, I was thinking about this Diddy situation. I talked to a few people, and I seem to think that the reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you could catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, you know, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STDs. And so therefore all the super freaky stuff, it ain't like you could catch something twice. So almost like having a disease is a rite of passage for that group. You understand what I'm saying? And I also got a video of Diddy that I'm going to post in drag, full drag, dress, makeup, lipstick, and a wig. This stuff has gotten out of hand, but let me know in the comments what you think about that.
I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties. Yeah. So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic.
For decades, hip-hop has been driven by larger-than-life personalities, bitter rivalries, and stories that stay buried until suddenly explode into the spotlight. Few feuds have lasted as long as the one between 50 Cent and Diddy. What started as quiet tension between two major New York power players turned into nearly 20 years of public shots, with 50 never missing a chance to call Diddy out. But lately, this has gone way beyond jokes and trolling. 50 Cent has hinted that he knows what allegedly happened behind closed doors at Diddy's private parties, suggesting several big-name celebrities were involved and sending shockwaves through the industry. The history between them traces back to the early 2000s, when 50 was rebuilding after surviving 9 gunshots and getting dropped by his label, forcing him to make money as a ghostwriter. He later revealed that one of the verses he wrote ended up on Diddy's Bad Boy track, Let's Get It. They never officially collaborated, but that early connection put them in the same circle and planted the seeds for a feud that would eventually hit on a whole different level.
Well, I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility. Or
That's
if there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to, because
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
He was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it?
Yeah.
Who would want to shoot you?
Why were you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
It's my past.
It was a drug thing?
No,
like a
just,
business thing?
It's karma.
Karma?
Karma?
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, he was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough. Motherfucker.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to fuck somebody up? What kind of shit is that? That's crazy.
But what is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, Robin, because when you're not actually in the environment or involved in the
just
you can explain it to me.
Explain it. We'll see if we can follow it.
Nah, man, it's just,
what happened? What had you?
It's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
Nah, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
Nah,
no
just
way.
Going back and forth. Like a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you of robbing him.
No, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know fucked up this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face? Like, I mean...
Probably... I don't know how to describe that outside of.
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really like, because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point when you take 9 bullets? Do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Well, you know, it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not. I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle you lived.
Yeah.
Did you think you were like Jesus had like saved you or something? Like, did you have a religious?
Where were all these bullets?
Well, yeah, you have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where
to
were all
why.
these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times,
Yeah.
and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who fucking shot you?
Everything's important, Robin.
Yeah.
Everything's important.
But 50, how lame is this?
Shoot you in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right.
What the?
Oh yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas. Do you,
I'm talking medically.
But it's amazing your face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face, right?
I got the little dimple.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Inside, yeah.
Wow, look at that.
By 2002, 50 Cent was emerging as one of hip-hop's most fearless voices, the kind of artist who had no problem stepping on toes if he felt someone deserved it. And one of his favorite targets was Diddy. But this never felt like a typical rap beef. Beneath 50's jokes, there was real suspicion. Instead of backing off, he leaned all the way in, using interviews, Instagram, and even his own TV platforms to clown Diddy in public. Sometimes it was funny, no doubt. Other times, the tone turned sharper as 50 questioned Diddy's behavior, challenged the image he carefully sold to the world, and kept pointing to what he saw as a major gap between the public persona and the man behind it.
Right. And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because
Because of the priests.
the priests touching little boys.
Oh. Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church, right? Nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allowing you to go that far back.
Turn away from you right there. I'm just a Catholic kid. Go on. You've been dead one, dude. No. What's the body of Christ taste like? It's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
He's like, yo, drink my blood.
Yo.
So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That shit is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only. Everybody else is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just asking.
I think that they're scared.
But if they're scared,
But
then maybe
you've
that's
been
why I'm thinking.
insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying people gonna come for him a little bit.
No,
You've been
I thought he would do funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me, it's them.
It's them. And then when M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there, then
let's go.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh,
okay.
So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side, and it's not like you're gonna go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
Yeah, or this deal, and you go, he said that to you, like.
Okay.
Wow.
I get that.
Like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, you know, if 50's a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're trying. He's basically trying to scare people out of doing deals with you. Interesting.
He later revealed that he was developing an entire documentary series focused on Diddy and the growing list of allegations surrounding him, making it clear this was no random social media jab. This was a deliberate move to pull back the curtain on one of the most influential figures in the music business. And by May, 50 Cent had already secured a deal with Netflix, setting the stage for the story to reach an audience around the world.
Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docu-series about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
You have something huge coming up, a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami. You know it was in Miami.
Says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
So was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing the freak offs, but do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts and all this shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, yep.
That's from the Diddy freak off party. And I'm gonna say allegedly.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her at the end, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, will be a part of a freak off for her?
I think that she liked to party, and she partied with young people. She's always been like that.
But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had. So if you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had. But how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with two other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think there's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You're going to say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
God, too much.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had a relationship with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion, because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He said, he didn't
The
say
violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
For now, the story is still unfolding, but 50 Cent keeps insisting that a list exists and says it will come out eventually. When Diddy's trial ended, he was cleared of the most serious allegations, including racketeering and trafficking, but was convicted of transporting women for prostitution. That verdict left many wondering whether some of the rumors surrounding his private life weren't entirely fiction after all. For 50 Cent, this was a turning point. He stopped treating the situation like just another joke and pointed to the outcome as proof of what he had been suggesting for years. That Diddy empire was built behind a carefully managed image, while manipulation, secrecy, and deception were operating in the background.
This thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Belly?
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Facts. Jab, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide dream?
You mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, I mean, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that, as far as let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale? Is it evidence? Is it just like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual memory?
Their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start...
As more details surfaced in court, 50 Cent looked less like he was throwing random accusations and more like he had been seeing the bigger picture all along. With each new revelation, his warning seemed harder to dismiss in an industry where image is everything, and none of this appears accidental. From the start, 50 has played this carefully, tying Diddy's legal troubles to his Netflix documentary and keeping the story alive long after the headlines faded. Through Instagram posts and pointed public comments, he continues to hint at a rumored list of celebrity names, fueling speculation that he knows far more than he has said. Whether those names are ever revealed is still unclear, but plenty of people believe he is bold enough to drop them if he wants to. What began as a personal feud now feels much bigger, a challenge to an industry accused of ignoring uncomfortable truths for years. Audiences dissect every post and every subtle clue, convinced 50 is holding back. Inside the business, though, silence remains the dominant response. Few seem willing to risk the fallout or possible exposure tied to those alleged private gatherings, and that quiet has only made the rumors louder. Many insiders may see staying silent as the safest move given Diddy's influence and loyal circle. 50 Cent, however, operates from a different position. With success in film, television, business, and real estate, he no longer depends on the music industry's approval, which is exactly why he remains one of the loudest and most fearless voices in this controversy.
By saying, ooh, man, I don't want to watch porn. I just want to watch us. See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Would you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See, make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, the object. Meanwhile, this is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such as contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These was literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers.
What started as a personal feud and at times pure entertainment has grown into something much larger, with 50 Cent framing the entire situation as a question of accountability. He has made it clear that he wants Diddy to face intense public scrutiny, and he seems determined to use every platform he has to keep that pressure on. Between his social media posts, documentary projects, and repeated hints that he could name others he believes were tied to the controversy, 50 Cent continues to keep the story front and center.
Nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink.
Oh my goodness.
I need you to remember. I need you to remember this.
The foundation.
Thank you. Thank you. I told you I jump around.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing, bro.
What was the original annoyance between? It was just like,
well, when you start to get the momentum, he's like, yo, we gotta hang out. Yo, when we going? I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? That's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree.
The conflict between 50 Cent and Diddy has stretched across nearly 2 decades, but it now appears to have grown far beyond humor, personal criticism, or public jobs. 50 Cent has suggested that he is aware of information involving celebrities who were allegedly affected after attending Diddy's private gatherings, and he has shown a clear willingness to bring those claims into the public spotlight. With a Netflix-linked documentary series reportedly in development, what once seemed like a personal feud has now taken on a much larger public dimension, raising the intensity and significance of the situation to an entirely different level.
The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has been simmering for nearly 20 years, but at this point, it feels like something much bigger than jokes, personal digs, or social media entertainment. 50 Cent has repeatedly hinted that he knows of celebrities who were allegedly affected after attending Diddy's private gatherings, and he has shown no hesitation about dragging those claims into the spotlight. With a Netflix documentary series reportedly in the works, what once looked like a long-running personal beef has evolved into a far more public and consequential battle, one that has taken the entire controversy to another level.